Today I'd like to talk about Andres Segovia. He was a great figure in classical guitar. He performed 5,204 concerts. That's documented in Alberto Lopez Povedi's book, Andres Segovia, Vida y Obra, Life and Work. I want to show you something from my annotations for the history of the classical guitar book. Here we have a 1929 Osaka, Japan concert. At the first of two concerts, Segovia used a 1928 Hauser guitar. That would mean that he had to have the Hauser guitar, the 1912 Manuel Ramirez made by Santos Hernandez, who was the foreman at the time, and also a suitcase to travel with. A lot to carry. On the internet, day in, day out, people write about how Segovia never played in China, but he actually did. At the same time Segovia was in Asia, Miguel Yobey and Regino Sainz de la Maza were doing concerts days apart, sometime on the same day, in Buenos Aires, Argentina. So I want to quote from Alberto Lopez Povedi's book. He played in New York in his second tour of the United States, including at the Athenaeum in New Orleans, also in Toronto, Canada. This is for 1929. In this tour, he performed 4 different programs. And in the month of August of 1929, he boarded the Japanese vessel Hakori Maru. His manager was Mr. Struck, which we saw on the cover of the Osaka concert program that I just showed you. After a long trip, he arrived in Hong Kong, where he gave 2 recitals. He traveled to Macau, then Shanghai, arrived afterward in Manila, where he gave 1 of 3 scheduled concerts. The theater was suffocating, and upon opening the windows, the noise of the street traffic made performing unbearable, so they suspended the second and third concerts in Manila. Then he went back to China, and he returned to Shanghai, then to Tianjin, now Tianjin, where he gave 3 recitals. Though he visited Peking, now Beijing, he didn't give any recitals there. He eventually made his way back to Shanghai and left for Japan. At the end of October, he arrived and gave the following recitals: October 26th, 27th, and 29th. The 29th was the day the stock market crashed in 1929. And those were at the Imperial Theater in Tokyo, Teigeki. And October 30th in Osaka at the Asahi Kaikan Hall. October 31st in Kyoto at the Okazaki Hall. November 1st in Osaka at the Asahi Hall. November 4th, Kobe, Japan, Christian Church Hall. November 9th and 11th in Tokyo at the Imperial Theater once again. Total of 5 concerts at that theater over a couple weeks there. So I've got the text from the Harmonia magazine, Harmony in English. It began its publication in 1925. And here's the text, which talks about how the Hermann Hauser guitar was used in the first concert at the Osaka concert.